Welcome back to day 3 of bracket play here at Brigham Young University at Larry H. Miller Field. Our first game of 4 today features a rematch of round 1 on Monday between the Salem Hills Skyhawks and the Orem Tigers. Orem came out on top in the first matchup 11-9 thanks to a walk-off home run from Tayden Kawa in the 7th inning to send Salem Hills to the losers bracket. My name is Kyle Garrison. Thanks so much for tuning in today on KSLSports.com for day 3 of what has been a phenomenal bracket play thus far in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. The Skyhawks took down the 7-seed Olympus yesterday to stay alive in a winner-go-home scenario after falling to Orem on Monday. Orem on the other side fell to Brighton in the winners bracket yesterday, 8-1. But with a win today, we'll have another shot at the Bengals later on this afternoon. Because both teams have a loss in bracket play, the winner of this one will play Brighton at 4:30 and will have to win 2 games versus the high-powered Bengal offense in order to advance to the state championship 3-game series starting on Friday. We're about set to get underway with our pitching matchup featuring Trey Mitchell for the 19-seed Salem Hills Skyhawks and the 6-seed Orem Tigers. Salem Hills is your designated home team today. Trey Mitchell starting on the mound as Merrick Bostock. Number 23, the center fielder, will start things off at the plate for the Tigers in the top of the first. Bostock, 1 hit and 2 walks yesterday versus Brighton. Leading things off here, takes ball 1 low. Trey Mitchell on the mound for the Skyhawks. Number 24, the senior, 8.02 ERA, 18 1/3 innings pitched. 21 earned runs, 17 strikeouts, 16 walks. Yesterday, Trig Richards on the mound for the Skyhawks in the win versus Olympus. Richards, 6 1/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. As Bostock runs the count up 3-0. Here to start things off with no outs in the top of the first inning. 3-0 pitch. 4-pitch walk here to start things off in the top of the first inning for Merrick Bostock. That'll bring up the 2-hitter today for the Orem Tigers. Cy Burge, the shortstop, wearing number 1, hitting number 2. Leadoff man on first base here in the top of 1. Mitchell looking over to first base, checking in on Bostock. First pitch here to Burge. Hits this high, out of play, foul territory. Make it 0-1 on Burge. Cy Burge, Antelope Valley College commit. The senior, 2 hits versus Brighton yesterday in the 8-1 loss. Throw back to first base here from Trey Mitchell. This one hit high, foul territory. Out of play, not playable here. Count runs 0-2 quickly here on Burge. Leadoff walk here to start things off for Merrick Bostock. 0-2 pitch coming from Mitchell to Burge. Skipped into the dirt. Bostock's going to take second. Throw not in time. That's going to be a wild pitch steal here for Merrick Bostock. Getting to second base with no outs in the top of the first inning. Called ball on the pitch. 1-2 count. One-two pitch coming here. This one hit high into left field. Playable. Out number one here, caught by Gus Johnson. Out in left field for the Skyhawks. Bostock remains on second base. That'll be one out here to bring up Chase Ford, number 4, pitching today for the Tigers, hitting into 3 spot. Just a sophomore, number 4. Can do it all for the Tigers. Mentioned pitching, hitting in the 3 spot with the ever dangerous Taden Kawa waiting on deck. Runner will go to third. No throw, sliding in head first is Merrick Bostock. Runner at third base, 1 out, top of the first inning. 2-0 count here to Chase Ford. Mentioned a rematch of the game on Monday. As a 3-0 count here, runs to Chase Ford. 4-pitch walk. Runners at the corners here. As Chase Ford with a 1-out walk. Bostock on third. Chase Ford on first after a couple of walks. From the Tigers. That'll bring up Taden Kawa. Kawa on Monday in the 11-9 win had a walk-off home run, 3-run bomb to win it for the Tigers. As he pokes this one foul, 0-1 to Kawa. 4 hits, 3 RBIs, a double, and the walk-off home run to advance to the winner's bracket for Kawa. Had an unbelievable season in the cleanup spot for the Tigers. Playing third base today is Kawa. 0-1 pitch coming from Trey Mitchell. Low and outside, 1-1. Even count, 1-1 here to Taden Kawa. Called strike 2 on the heater from Trey Mitchell. 1-2 count running. 1 out, runners at the corners on a couple of walks from Bostock and Ford to start things off here in the top of the first inning. Even count, 2-2. On Monday, Merrick Bostock, 4-hit day, hitting a double, a triple, along with an RBI for the high-powered Tiger offense, en route to their 11-9 win. Rematch once again today in a winner-go-home game as Taden Kawa gets us scoring started here with an RBI single to right field. Gets through the infield. Orem 1. Salem Hills, nothing here in the top of the first inning. Bostock will score. And that'll put Chase Ford at third base. Taden Kawa at first. Still 1 out here. Runners at the corners. 1-0 lead for the Tigers. That'll bring up Zach Ingman. He hits this one high into left center field. Play will be made by the center fielder, but that's going to bring in run number 2 for Orem in the inning on the sacrifice fly from Zach Ingman. Just like that, couple of runs tacked on the board here in the top of the first inning for the Orem Tigers. Walk from Bostock, walk from Ford, RBI single from Kawa, and sac fly RBI just a moment ago from Zach Ingman. That'll bring up Jackson Johnson, number 2, playing second base, batting 6. Swings through, strike 1 here, 0-1 count for Johnson. On Monday against Salem Hills, Johnson, 2 RBIs on 2 hits as the count runs even 1-1 here. Johnson with a home run as well on Monday. Just an offensive masterclass from the Tigers in the 11-9 win. Both high-powered offenses here between the 19-seed Salem Hills Skyhawks and the 6-seed Orem Tigers. Throw to first base gets away. Taden Kawa gonna stand up at second base. No slide needed. Runners at second. Runner back in scoring place with the 1-1 count coming to Jackson Johnson. Taden Kawa got on base with the RBI single. Wild throw over to first base puts him at second. As Jackson Johnson hits this into left field, that will be played. Out number 3 here in the top of the first inning. Orem on top, 2-0 from the RBI single from Taden Kawa and the sac fly RBI from Zach Ingman. We'll take you to the bottom of the first inning after a word from our sponsors. You're watching KSLSports.com. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field as the Orem Tigers jumped out to a 2-0 lead over the Salem Hills Skyhawks in the top of the first inning. Leading things off here for the Skyhawks, number 7, Talon Cloward. Cloward wearing number 7, playing in center field, batting in the 1 spot to lead things off here for the Skyhawk offense. On the mound for the Tigers, number 4, Chase Ford. Mentioned him earlier in the 3 spot batting today. Had a walk in the top of the first. We'll get things started here to Cloward. And that will hit Cloward in the back. First pitch, hit by pitch here to put Cloward at first base. Leadoff man on for the Skyhawks. That'll bring up number 5, Caleb DeGraffenfried. DeGraffenfried coming in, the senior, number 5, committed to USU Eastern. Man on first, nobody out, bottom of the first inning here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Win or go home game for both of these schools. Faced off on Monday. Orem with the walk-off home run to win it. Salem Hills will get another crack at it, down 2-0 here early. But DeGraffenfried working 2-0 in the count. Fouled out of play, right side. 2-1 count to Caleb DeGraffenfried. DeGraffenfried, 3-hit game in the matchup on Monday. Versus the Tigers as count evened up here by Chase Ford on the high heater. Make it 2-2 count. 2-2 pitch coming from Chase Ford. Outside, count runs full here to Caleb DeGraffenfried. DeGraffenfried batting .389, 35 hits, 22 RBIs, 1.057 OPS in the 2 spot today for the Skyhawks. Runner goes. Cloward. Will not matter. Ball inside on the full count. DeGraffenfried with the walk will take first base. Runner moves up to second. Cloward on second. DeGraffenfried on first. Bringing up Braxton Harrison, number 4. Hitting in the 3 spot for the catcher. No outs. Bottom of 2. Runners at first and second. Ball slowly rolled to second base. Play not made at second base as DeGraffenfried slides in head first. Bases loaded. Nobody out here on the infield single from Braxton Harrison. That'll bring up Gus Johnson. We'll get a pinch runner here for Harrison. Tage Bills, the junior, will pinch run. Gus Johnson coming to the plate here. Bottom of the first inning, Salem Hills down 2-0, but with the bases loaded, nobody out. In the cleanup spot, number 23, Gus Johnson. Johnson, 2 walks on Monday versus Olympus. Fouls this one off, 0-1 count. Gus Johnson, 384 average, 1.155 OPS in the 4 spot. Takes ball 1, even count 1-1. One pitch coming in from Chase Ford. Swing and a miss on the 1-1. Make it 1-2 to Johnson. One-two. Hit by pitch. That'll drive in a run. Runners advance. Still bases loaded. Nobody out. As Talon Cloward gets the run. Hit by pitch here for Gus Johnson. That'll bring up Dom Jex. Played over at first base yesterday. Third base today. Wearing number 1. Batting number 5 is Jex. Dom Jex pitches as well. Pitched 7 innings in game 1 versus West Jordan. Just 3 hits, 2 walks, striking out 4 for number 1. Plays all over the infield. Mentioned it before. First base yesterday, third base today. He'll get the bases loaded. Nobody out here. Takes strike 1. Orem remains on top 2-1. Ball low. Holds the runner is Jex. Telling Caleb DeGraffenfried to stay at third. Count runs even 1-1 here to Jex from Chase Ford. Both teams trying to stay alive here. Ball too high. 2-1 count. Ball outside. 3-1. Excellent job right there by Jack Allen to stop that ball from getting to the backstop. 3-1 coming in. Called strike 2. Count runs full from Ford to Jex. Kai Wesley pitched yesterday. As Dom Jex pokes this, and no play is made. Throw here to third base, cut off, sliding head first is the pinch runner. And number 13, Tage Bills, as DeGraffenfried will trot into home plate. Tie ball game here, 2-2. Bases still loaded. Unable to make the play in left field on the line drive. That ball will fall for Dom Jex. We'll give him an RBI single here to tie it up. Still nobody out in the bottom of the first. Trey Mitchell at the plate, batting in the 6th spot, wearing number 24, pitching today for the Skyhawks. Strike one on the outside corner of the plate on the heater here from Chase Ford. He takes a whack at this one. Flying right, out of play. Count runs 0-2 quickly here on Trey Mitchell. Trey Mitchell batting .260. 1 hit, 1 RBI, 2 walks yesterday for number 24, the senior. Ball inside, 1-2. Salem Hills beating Olympus yesterday in the elimination game 3-2, upset over the number 7 seed Olympus Titans. Ball outside, count runs even, 2-2 here to Trey Mitchell. Bases loaded, nobody out. He fouls this one out of play, right side. Two-two pitch, grounded softly over to third base. Play is going to be made at the plate. Out number 1 in the inning. Taden Kawa. 5-2 ground out here to get the lead runner. Score stays 2-2 here. Pinch runner, number 10 for the Skyhawks, McCoy Grover. Pinch running for Trey Mitchell. And that'll bring up number 6, Trig Richards. Swing and a miss. 0-1 count here with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. Fouled out of play. Count runs 0-2 quickly here on Richards. Mentioned Richards before. Pitched yesterday in the win versus Olympus. 6 1/3 innings, 6 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Got the win. And he'll be batting in the 7th spot, playing first base today. 0-2 pitch coming from Ford. Ball high, just a little bit for ball 1. Fouled back once again here by Richards. Swing and a miss for out number 2 in the inning first strikeout here for Chase Ford. Big out number 2 here with the bases loaded. That'll bring up the 8-hitter, wearing 8, designated hitter, Mason Ward. Takes ball 1, low and outside. Two nothing here for number 8. Fouled back, 2-1. Bases still loaded here. 2 outs, bottom of 1, tie ball game, 2-2. Both teams with a 2 spot so far here in the first. Here's the 2-1. Fouled out of play, right side. Count evens up here for Chase Ford at 2-2. Ball outside, full count running for number 8, Mason Ward. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs apiece here for the 19 seed Salem Hills Skyhawks and the 6 seed Orem Tigers. Runners go. Ball fouled. Third base side. Remains 3-2. Payoff coming from Ford. Fouled back once again. We'll reset and do it again. Another foul back right side. Mason Ward staying alive in the at-bat. Three, 2, high. Mason Ward with a 2-out walk. That'll bring in the runner, number 23, Gus Johnson, will touch the plate. Salem Hills taking the lead here early on in the elimination game. We'll get a chat at the mound with Chase Ford. Hit by pitch, walk, single. Another hit by pitch, RBI single for Jex. And now walk from the 8-hitter, Mason Ward. Bases stay loaded. 2 outs, bottom of 1. Salem Hills up 3-2 over the Orem Tigers. That'll bring up number 12, Bracken Lindley. Bracken Lindley, the junior, 294 average, 870 OPS, 10 hits, 7 RBIs on the season. Playing in right field today, wearing 12, batting in the 9 spot. Ball hit high into foul territory right side. It will drop, unplayable. Tatita in right field. with a good effort, but just a little too far out of play. 0-1 count. Extended first inning here for Chase Ford. Waiting on deck, Talon Cloward started things off with a hit by pitch on the first pitch. 0-2 here quickly on a couple of foul offs from Bracken Lindley. Swung on, blooped into right field. Play made to avoid the run. Excellent play made right there by the second baseman, Jackson Johnson. And that's going to do it here in the bottom of the first inning. We'll head to the top of the second. Salem Hills Skyhawks 3, Orem Tigers 2. You're watching KSLSports.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field. Orem got out to a 2-0 lead in the top of the first. A 3 spot in the bottom of the first from the Skyhawks allowed them to take the lead as number 12, Parker Van Buren, playing first base, batting in the 7 spot, will start things off in the top of the second inning for the Tigers. Parker Van Buren, the senior, smokes this one into right field, but playable. Out number 1, quick out number 1 here. Play made out and right by Bracken Lindley. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. That'll bring up number 5, Jack Allen. Called strike 1 on the corner. Low and outside, even count 1-1 to Allen. Two one, grounded sharply over to shortstop. Play made, 6-3, ground out for out number 2 here in the top of the second inning. To the bottom of the Orem lineup we go. Number 9, hitter, number 13, Easton Petita, playing out in right field. As he fouls this one right side, make it a 0-1 count here from Mitchell to Petita. Called strike 2. Count runs 0-2 quickly here for Trey Mitchell to Easton Petita. Fouled off once again. Count will remain 0-2. Nobody on, 2 outs, 0-2 count from Mitchell to Petita. 0-2 pitch, high and inside. Swung on, foul tip back into the backstop. 1-2 coming from Mitchell. That one is going to hit Petita. Hit by pitch. Put a runner on first base with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Back to the top of the lineup we go for Merrick Bostock. Bostock, walk in the first inning. Will get his second plate appearance of the afternoon. With a man on first. Hit sharply at third base. Jack's going to get it over to second base. That's going to do it here in the top of the second inning. Trey Mitchell works out of a 2-out hit by pitch. That will bring us to the bottom of the second inning. Salem Hills 3, Orem Tigers 2. You're watching KSLSports.com. We'll be right back.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back to Brigham Young University here in the elimination game between the 19-seed Salem Hills Skyhawks, the 6-seed Orem Tigers. Salem Hills leading 3-2 here in the bottom of the second inning. Leading off things here, once again, is Talon Cloward. First pitch of his at-bat to start things off in the first. Took a hit by pitch and ended up scoring a run as he takes ball 1 inside. Cloward, number 7. 2 hits and 1 RBI yesterday versus Olympus. Called strike 1, even count here on the 1-1. Inside 2-1. Cloward committed to play at Southern Idaho. Fouls this one off, 2-2 count. Two here from the righty, Chase Ford. This one smoked into center field. It will drop, played off the hop by the center fielder. Talon Cloward with a lead-off single. Here in the bottom of the second inning. That's going to bring up Caleb DeGraffenfried. A walk in the first. Scored a run as well for the Skyhawks. Ball outside 1-0. Swung on sharply to shortstop. Play at second. Throw over to first, not in time, but the lead runner out here in the bottom of the second inning. DeGraffenfried reaches first base, but not before the out made at second. 6-4 ground out here on a fielder's choice. Going to bring up Braxton Harrison. Braxton Harrison with a single in his first plate appearance, batting in the 3 spot, wearing number 4, playing catcher today for the Skyhawks. He'll take ball 2. Strike on the outside corner. Working back in the count is Chase Ford, 2-1. Runner goes. Hit sharply at shortstop. Play not made. Runner will continue over to third base. We'll have runners on the corners. Another single here from Braxton Harrison. Back-to-back singles in his first 2 at-bats. Puts runners at the corners with 1 out. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Pinch runner once again here from number 13, Tage Bills, the junior. Had a run in the first on the pinch run opportunity. That's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Gus Johnson. Hit by pitch that drove in a run in the first inning for number 23, playing out in left field. Ball low, 1-0. One out, bottom of the 2nd inning. Couple of singles. Have runners on for the Skyhawks as Johnson takes the 2-0 pitch. Strike 1, working back in the count. Chase Ford to Gus Johnson. Here's the 2-1 from Ford. Hit by pitch. Bases loaded once again here in the bottom of the 2nd for the Skyhawks. Dom Jex fired one into left field. Ruled an error, but drove in a run nonetheless. Jex getting his 2nd plate appearance here in the bottom of the 2nd inning with the bases loaded and just 1 out. Righty on a righty matchup. Swung on. High in the infield. Playable from the first baseman, Parker Van Buren, and that's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Big 2nd out from Chase Ford to induce the pop out from Dom Jex. Stepping up to the plate, right-handed batter. Number 24, Trey Mitchell, pitching today for the Skyhawks. Grounded out in the first. Chance to add to the Salem Hills lead here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Hits this one high into right field. Playable. Inning over. Chase Ford working out of a bases-loaded jam to hold the Skyhawks scoreless in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That'll bring us to the top of the 3rd. Salem Hills 3, Orem 2. And we're back here at Larry H. Miller Field. 19 seed Salem Hills Skyhawks 3, 6 seed Orem Tigers 2. Bases loaded in the bottom of the 2nd inning for Salem Hills. Chase Ford works out of it on a couple of flyouts.
Leading off the Tigers, number 1, Cy Burge.
2 spot, Cy Burge leading things off here in the top of the 3rd inning. 2 spot for Orem in the first. 3 spot for Salem Hills, scoreless in the 2nd. Fouled back into the netting. 0-1 count here from Trey Mitchell, remaining on the mound for the Skyhawks. 1 hit, 2 earned runs through 2 innings of work for Mitchell. 0-1 pitch. Swung on in the infield. Playable over at third base. Unable to make the catch is Dom Jex. That'll put a runner on first base. Lead off runner for the Tigers.
Now playing for Chase Ford.
That's going to bring up Chase Ford. Chase Ford walked in his first plate appearance in the first inning. Pitching today, mention him, last inning working out of a bases loaded jam. Takes ball one. Runner goes. Pitch outside, ball two. That's a stolen base for Cy Burge. Put a runner in scoring position for the Tigers in the top of the third inning, down 3-2. We'll get a chat at the mound here with Trey Mitchell. Two-0 count running here to Ford. Cy Burge at second base on the steal after he reached on an infield single. Ball outside, 3-0 count. Here to Ford. Ball outside once again. A runner will advance over. Runners at the corner. First and third with no outs here in the top of the third inning. Walk drawn here by Chase Ford. That'll bring up number 11, Tayden Kawa. Kawa with an RBI single in the first inning. Swung on into center field, playable, but that will allow a runner to come in here, sliding head first is number 1, Cy Burge. Sack fly to tie things up here at 3 apiece. Chase Ford stays at first base. That's going to bring up Zach Ingman. Couple of RBIs here for Tayden Kawa. Driving the runner home on the sacrifice fly. Ball 1 to Ingman. One 0 pitch, 1 out. Runner on first, top of 3. Outside, 2-0 here to Ingman. Two-0 pitch in for a strike. Trey Mitchell working back in the count. 2-1 here to Ingman. Ingman with a sacrifice fly, RBI in the first. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Runner goes. Throw to second, not in time. Another steal here for the Tigers. Put another runner in scoring position with 1 out. Even count, 2-2 here to Ingman. Number 2, Jackson Johnson in the on-deck circle. Swung on. Over to shortstop. Play over at first. Ball is high. Runner's going to come home as Ingman slides feet first into second base on the infield single. Wild throw from shortstop to first base. Going to drive in another run here for Orem. In the top of the 3rd inning. Make it 4-3 Tigers. It's going to bring up number 2, Jackson Johnson. Trey Mitchell remains on the mound. Action here in the Salem Hills bullpen. Just 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Line keeps moving for the Tigers as they take back the lead 4-3. Jackson Johnson up at the plate. Ball inside, taken by Johnson, 1-0. Swing and a miss on the 1-0, even count 1-1. Ball outside, 2-1. Runner at second. Thought about taking third, will remain on second base with 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. Two-one pitch, low and outside. Runner will advance to third base here. Number 8, Zach Ingman. Drove in a run on the infield single just a moment ago to make it 4-3. Will take third base. Three-one count here to Jackson Johnson. Swing and a miss. Full count runs to Johnson from Trey Mitchell. Winner go home matchup. Rematch from Monday. All the drama with the Taden Cowell walk-off home run. As this ball smoked into center field. RBI single here for Jackson Johnson will get the runner home. Make it 5-3. Orem leading here in the top of the 3rd inning with 1 out. That's going to bring up Parker Van Buren. Flew out in the 2nd. We'll have a man on first base. 1 out. Top of 3. Pitch outside, 1-0. Warming up in the Salem Hills bullpen. Couple of righties. As the 1-0 is in the dirt. Quickly 2-0 here to Parker Van Buren. Number 5, Jack Allen on deck, the catcher. In the batter's box, the first baseman, number 12, Parker Van Buren. 3-0 count on the ball outside. Thought about the bunt. Thought otherwise. Trey Mitchell stays alive in the count. First strike of the at-bat on the heater. Takes a peek back over at first base. 3-1 pitch. Outside. 5-pitch walk here for Parker Van Buren. That'll move Jackson Johnson over to second base. We'll have another chat here at the mound with Trey Mitchell. Mitchell's day is done here in the top of the third inning with 1 out, runners on first and second base. We'll get a new pitcher coming in out of the bullpen for the Skyhawks as they trail 5-3 to the Orem Tigers. Orem with 3 runs here in the top of the third inning. Sac fly RBI to start things off by Cowell. RBI single by Ingman, and an RBI single by Johnson. We'll bring in the new pitcher for the Skyhawks. It'll be number 2, Peyton Higginson. Higginson coming in, 4.02 ERA, 15 2/3 innings of work, 19 strikeouts, 5 walks, 9 earned runs. Higginson will get some warm-up throws in. We'll head to a break and be right back here on KSLSports.com. And we are back here at Larry H. Miller Field. Trey Mitchell got through 2 1/3 innings. And we'll bring up the sophomore Peyton Higginson with Jack Allen coming up to the plate. Man on first and second, 1 out, top of the third inning. Orem leading 5-3. Strike 1 in there from Higginson. Jack Allen, ground out in the second. Looking to add to the Tiger lead here. Runners on first and second. Braxton Harrison come out to the mound. Have a chat with the new pitcher, Higginson. In a 0-1 count. We'll reset here with Jack Allen in the batter's box. Higginson, another righty, on the mound for the 19 seed Salem Hills Skyhawks. For the 6 seed Orem Tigers in the batter's box, Jack Allen. This one's hit high into left field. Playable for out number 2. Runners will hold at first and second. Higginson gets the second out of the inning. And his first batter faced. That's going to bring up Easton Petita. Hit by pitch in the second. With 2 outs in the top of the third. Orem already a 3 spot here in this inning. Looking to add to it. Swung on to second base. Play not made at second base. Bases are loaded. Sliding in feet first was Parker Van Buren into second base. Jackson Johnson will take third, and we'll have a bases loaded situation here. 2 outs in the top of the third.
Now playing 23, Merrick Bostock.
Back to the top of the lineup we go for Merrick Bostock. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Ball outside, 1-0 Bostock with a walk in the first, ground out in the second. will get his third plate appearance already here in the third inning. Higginson on the mound. 1-0. Low. Make it 2-0. Cy Burge in the on deck circle. Led off the inning, reaching on an error. 3 count running here to Merrick Bostock. Outside, once again, 4-pitch walk will drive in another run here for the Orem Tigers. Six 3 Tigers lead on the walk there by Bostock. Drives in yet another runner. Bases stay loaded. Back to the top of the order to start this inning off. Cy Burge led off the inning in the 2 spot. He'll get his second at-bat of the inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the third inning. Orem leads 6-3 over Salem Hills. Called strike 1 on the inside corner of the plate on the off-speed pitch. 0-1. Even count 1-1 on the ball high out of the hand of Erickson. Righty on righty matchup with Burge, the shortstop, hitting in the 2 spot, wearing number 1. A fly out in the first, reach on an error to start this inning off, as he'll take ball 2. Four runs here in the third now for the Tigers. Fell to Brighton yesterday, 8-1. Winner of this game will take on the Bengals later on this afternoon. Called strike 2, even count 2-2 from Erickson here to Cy Burge. Rather Higginson, I should say. My apologies. 2-2 from Higginson, fouled off. Count stays at 2-2. From Higginson. Full count runs on the ball up high, 3-2. Cy Burge at the plate for the Tigers. Runners go. Ball inside once. Oh, they'll call it a strikeout. My apologies there. Strikeout just on the inside corner of the play will end the inning here. But not before a 4 spot from the Orem Tigers allowed them to take the lead. 6 seed Orem 6, 19 seed Salem Hills 3 as we head to the bottom of the third inning. You're watching KSLSports.com. We'll be right back after a message from our sponsors. Back here to Brigham Young University for the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Win or go home scenario here between the 19 seed Salem Hills Skyhawks and the 6 seed Orem Tigers. Orem on top 6-3. Chase Ford will take the mound here in the bottom of the third inning. Standing in there, Trig Richards takes ball 1 inside to start things off. Richards struck out in the first. Playing first base, pitched yesterday. Batting in the 7 spot. Takes ball 2. Called strike on the outside, corner of the plate on the heater. here from Ford. Working back in the count, 2-1 to Richards. Outside here, 3-1 count running for Trig Richards. Ball 4, low 5, pitch walk to lead it off here in the bottom of the third for Trig Richards. Nobody out, bottom of 3. Stepping up to the plate is Mason Ward. Walked in the first inning. He'll have a man on first base. Looking to cut into this Orem lead. Orem with a 4 spot in the third inning to take the lead after Salem Hills jumped out to a 3-2 advantage in the first inning. Ball outside, 1-0. Outside once again, 2-0 count running here to Mason Ward with number 12, Bracken Lindley on deck. Inside once again, runner's going to try and take second base, and he will. Trig Richards taking second base, put a runner in scoring position here with no outs in the bottom of the third. 3-0 count here to Mason Ward. Mason Ward wearing number 8, hitting number 8. 3-0 pitch coming from Ford. Outside once again, 4-pitch walk. Runner at first, runner at second, bottom of the third inning. Back-to-back walks drawn by Trig Richards, and Mason Ward will bring up Bracken Lindley, number 12, right fielder, hitting in the 9 spot today, meeting at the mound with the infield and head coach Carl Jimenez. And that will do it here today for Chase Ford. 3 hits allowed, 3 earned runs. That'll bring in the bullpen pitcher here in the bottom of the third inning with no outs, a runner on first and second. Chase Ford's day is done. That'll bring in Mac Ellison, the junior, number 9. He'll try and work out of a runner on first and second for the lefty. He'll take some warm-up pitches here. We'll get a word from our sponsors and return shortly. You're watching KSLSports.com. Welcome back here to Brigham Young University at Larry H. Miller Field. Word from our sponsor. Today's game is brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. That'll bring up the 9-hitter Bracken Lindley here. Flew out in the first inning. Runners on first and second. Nobody out here for Lindley. Lindley coming in, 294 average, 870 OPS, 10 hits, 7 RBIs, 7 walks. The lefty, Mac Ellison, on the mound. Throws in strike 1 on the 4-seam. Swing and a miss. 0-2 quickly from Ellison to Lindley. Oh-2 pitch here from Ellison. Outside, 1-2. Outside once again. Count runs even 2-2. Here for Bracken Lindley. Working back from an 0-2 count to make it 2-2. No outs, bottom of the third inning. Runner on first and second. Ball inside once again. Runner's trying to take third base, and he will be tagged out. Great throw there from the catcher, Jack Allen, over to Taden Kawa, who gets the tag out. Runner out at third. First out of the inning. Full count here to Bracken Lindley. Runners now just on first base. First out here for Mac Ellison. Here is the payoff. Check swing did not go. That'll be a one-out walk here for Bracken Lindley. Back-to-back-to-back walks drawn by the Skyhawks. Will bring us back to the top of the lineup here. Salem Hills trailing 6-3 to the Orem Tigers. Talon Cloward hit by pitch in the first, single in the second. Will get his third plate appearance here in the bottom of the third. Called strike one here. One count, one ball, one strike, one out here in the bottom of three. Runners on first and second for the Skyhawks. At the plate, Talon Cloward. Outside once again, make it 2-1. Mac Ellison in, relieving Chase Ford. Ball three. Here to Cloward. Skyhawks lost to Orem 11-9 on Monday. Looking to come back here down 6-3. Ball inside, 5-pitch walk here from Talon Cloward to get things started with a one out in the bottom of the third. Bases loaded once again. That's going to bring up Caleb DeGraffenfried. Walk in the first. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the second. Ball one here to DeGraffenfried. Third plate appearance for Caleb DeGraffenried. 1-0 outside once again. Count runs 2-0 here for Caleb. This one hit into center field, playable. That'll drive in a runner on the sac fly here from DeGraffenried. Out number 2, but runner comes home. make it 6-4, Orem on top.
Coming to the plate in 4, Braxton Harrison.
Sack fly RBI here in the bottom of the third for Caleb DeGraffenried. Braxton Harrison, number 4, playing catcher, hitting in 3 spot. 2 singles on the day. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Tigers leading the Skyhawks 6-4. Inside once again. Cut runs 2-0 here to Harrison. Mac Ellison on the mound in his first inning of action. Ball high. Make it 3-0. Fake over to first base. Covered by Cloward. 4 walks to start off the inning. Called strike 1 on the 3-0 pitch here to Harrison. Two count. Outside count running full. 3-2. Here to Braxton Harrison. Ball outside on the 3-2 pitch. Bases loaded once again. Braxton Harrison taking the walk. That'll bring up Gus Johnson. Johnson hit by pitch in the first to drive in a run. Hit by pitch in the second. We'll get a pinch run here for number 13, Tage Bills. Called strike 1. Swing and a miss, foul back. 0-2 count quickly. Here to Johnson with the bases loaded. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Salem Hills 4, Orem 6. Here in this winner go home matchup. Rematch here from Monday's 11-9 victory for Orem. Ball 1 here to Johnson. Ducks out of the way. High and outside, even count 2-2. Working back in the count is Gus Johnson. Called strike 3. Strike 3 looking here from Mac Ellison to Gus Johnson. Strikeout number 1 for Mac Ellison. Works out of a bases loaded jam. We will head to the top of the 4th inning after a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to Brigham Young University for the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament elimination game between the Salem Hills Skyhawks and the Orem Tigers. Orem leading 6-4 here in the top of the 4th inning. Leading things off, number 4, Chase Ford, batting in the 3 spot. Started as the pitcher today for the Tigers, relieved by Mac Ellison in the bottom of the 3rd. Ball 1 here. Inside, 2-0. Chase Ford, walk in the 1st, walk in the 3rd. 3rd plate appearance here in the 4th. Takes it inside, 3-0 count running quickly here to Chase Ford. On the mound, Peyton Higginson for the Skyhawks. Relieved Trey Mitchell of his duties. As he throws in, strike 1. 3-1 count. Higginson, the sophomore, 19 Ks, 5 walks on the season. As he takes ball 4, 5-pitch walk here to Chase Ford to lead things off. 3 straight walks from Ford.
Now playing 11, Taden Kawa.
Puts a man on first base for Taden Kawa. 2 RBIs for Kawa on the day. RBI single, sac fly RBI in the 3rd. His 3rd plate appearance here with a man on first, nobody out, top of the 4th inning. Called strike 1. Takes a peek over at first base. Here's the 0-1 from Higginson. Low. Count even up at 1-1. Number 8, Zach Ingman on deck for the Tigers. RBI single, or sac fly RBI, excuse me. Single RBI for Ingman. Kawa hits this high into foul territory. First base side. Unable to make the play is Trig Richards. Still no outs. Top of 4. Runner on first. Now a 1-2 count here from Taden Kawa. Had to play in foul territory to get the first out for the Skyhawks. Unable to make it. Kawa remains in the batter's box. Dangerous hitter. Walk-off home run on Monday versus the Skyhawks. Lines this one out of play. Foul territory right side. Count stays 1-2. Appeal over to the first base. Did not go. Even up 2-2 on the ball outside. Leadoff walk from Chase Ford. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Swung on. Sharply to second base. Unable to make the play. Taden Kawa. No throw to first base. Infield single for Kawa. Moves the runner over to second base. Runners on second and first. Nobody out. For Zach Ingman, mentioned him before. Sac fly RBI in the 1st, single RBI in the 3rd. Chance to add to the Orem lead. A bunt. Back into the netting. 0-1. bunt softly right in front of home plate. Play unable to be made off the bag. On the throw to first base, that'll load up the bases. There's nobody out here in the top of the fourth. On the bunt, successfully placed from Zach Ingman. Ingman reaches base once again. That'll bring up number 2, Jackson Johnson. Fly out in the first, RBI single in the third. Nobody out, bases loaded for the second baseman. Wearing number 2, just a freshman. Big spot here in the top of the fourth. We'll get a meeting at the mound. For the Skyhawks. Action in the bullpen on both sides for Orem. And here for Salem Hills. Extended meeting here. Having a conversation with Peyton Higginson. We'll reset here. Bases loaded for the freshman Jackson Johnson. Already an RBI single in this game for number 8, hitting in the 6 spot, number 2, excuse me. Swung on into left field, playable by the shortstop. Safe at first base. That'll be a single for the freshman Jackson Johnson. Another RBI single to drive in the 7th run of the day for Orem. Orem leads 7-2-4 here in the top of the 4th inning. Bases still loaded, nobody out. For Parker Van Buren. Fly out in the 2nd. Walk in the 3rd as he takes ball 1 outside. Line continues to move here for the Tigers. Winner advances to take on Brighton later this afternoon. Check swing. Appeal to the first base umpire. Did not go. Make it 2-0 count. Two-0 pitch, hit high into right field. Coming in on it, play is made. Throw over to first base, try to get to the cutoff man, but Tayden Kawa sliding in head first for run number 8 for the Tigers. Another sacrifice fly, RBI here, this time from Parker Van Buren. Runner on first and second. 1 out here in the 4th inning for Jack Allen, the catcher. Batting number 8, wearing number 5. Ground out in the 2nd, fly out in the 3rd. Takes time here. 2 runs in the 1st, none in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, 2 here in the 4th for Orem. Swung on third base side, foul play. 0-1. Called strike 2, 0-2. Quickly here to Jack Allen. Peyton Higginson on the mound. 2nd pitcher featured today from the Skyhawks. wearing number 2. Ball 1 high. Ball 2 inside, even count 2-2. Swung on to third base. Play at first made. Play at second made. That's an inning-ending double play here. Oh, they're going to call him safe at first base now. Jack Allen. Chaos here in the top of the 4th inning. Runner continued to go. It was an out call at first on the 5-4-3 double play. Got an injury on the field for Jack Allen. For now, the inning is over. We'll sort things out here at Brigham Young University. Send a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back here on KSLSports.com. We're back here at Larry H. Miller Field. Call reversed. Was an inning-ending double play. It'll just be the play at second base. 2 outs. Pinch runner here. Number 15, Mac Christensen will pinch run here. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. The runner will stay at third base after the confusion here in the top of the 4th inning. It'll be 2 outs with Easton Petita on the mound. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, top of the 4th inning here for Easton Petita. Some confusion on the call at first base. They will call number 5, Jack Allen, safe, who was able to run off the field, and that's a base hit into right field for Easton Petita, the 9-hitter. Runner stays at second, but that's going to be an RBI single. 9-4 lead here for Orem. Bring us to the top of the order. Merrick Bostock, a walk in the first, ground out in the second, walk in the third. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Inning thought to be over for the Skyhawks. Call reversed. Able to grab another RBI single to extend their lead 9-4. We'll get a balk here. That'll move the runners over to second and third with Peyton Higginson on the mound. Merrick Bostock at the plate, the 1-hitter. Wearing number 23, playing in center field today. Ball 1 low. Looks like we'll get an intentional walk here from Merrick Bostock. We'll take first base. Bases loaded here for Orem. 2 outs, top of the 4th inning. That'll bring up Cy Burge. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Fly out in the first for Burge. Reached on an error in the third and struck out once again in the third. 4th plate appearance of the day here in the 4th with the bases loaded, 2 outs, top of 4. 3 spots so far in the inning. Take ball outside, even count 1-1. Strike 2. One-two pitch. Swung on and missed. That will do it here in the top of the 4th inning. But a 3 spot by the Tigers extends their lead at 9-4. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning after a word from our sponsors. You're watching KSLSports.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field. Mac Ellison will take the mound again for his 2nd inning of work in the bottom of the 4th. Orem Tigers leading 9-4 over the Salem Hills Skyhawks here in the elimination game. Dom Jex leading things off. Will take ball 1 low. Jex with an RBI single in the first, pop out in the 2nd. 3rd plate appearance here in the 4th. Count runs even 1-1 on the called strike. That one fouled off. 1-2. One-two coming. Swung on. Into shallow right center. That's going to drop for a base hit for Dom Jex. Hard turn around first, but he will stay. Lead-off single to start things off here for the Skyhawks. That's going to bring up Trey Mitchell. Ground out and a fly out in his first 2 at-bats. We'll get his 3rd plate appearance here with Jex standing on first base. Outside and high, 1-0. Ball 2. High here from Mac Ellison, the junior, 2nd inning of work. Just 1 run allowed in the 3rd. Working out of a bases loaded jam. Ball 3 inside here to Trey Mitchell. Trey Mitchell started as the pitcher. Relieved by Peyton Higginson. 3-0 pitch here from Ellison. Four-pitch walk here in the bottom of the 4th inning for Trey Mitchell. Runner on second, runner on first, nobody out. Here for Trig Richards. Strikeout and a walk in his first 2 plate appearances. A shot here to cut into the Orem lead. 6-seed Orem Tigers leading 9-4 over the 19-seed Salem Hills Skyhawks. Orem defeated Salem Hills on Monday. Fell to Brighton last night to set up the rematch here with the Skyhawks. Salem Hills beating Olympus yesterday in their first elimination game. Nobody out, runner on first and second, bottom of the 4th. Trig Richards at the plate. Lefty on lefty matchup. He is hit by pitch, loading up the bases once again for the Skyhawks. First pitch, hit by pitch here as Mason Ward steps into the batter's box. Lefty on righty matchup for Ward. Couple of walks for number 8, hitting in the 8 spot. First pitch swinging, Down the right field line, foul. 0-1. Mason Ward, the senior, 203 average, 6.5, 6 OPS on the season. Oh, he gets tagged once again. Back-to-back hit by pitches. That'll drive in Dom Jex. 9-5 here. Salem Hills with their 5th run of the game on a hit by pitch. That'll drive in a run. Bases remain loaded. Nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Get a meeting at the mound. And that will do it today here for Mac Ellison. We'll bring in the bullpen pitcher. Pitcher number 3 on the day for the Tigers. Bracken Lindley set to step into the batter's box here. New pitcher here, number 6, Cole Engman, will take the mound for the Tigers with a 9-5 lead in the bottom of the 4th. He'll get some warm-up pitches here. We'll head to a break and a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back on KSLSports.com. And we are back here at Brigham Young University for the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Mac Ellison relieved here by Cole Engman. Engman steps up to the mound with the bases loaded, nobody out. Holding a 9-5 lead are the Tigers.
At the plate for the Skyhawks, number 12, Bracken Lindley.
It's going to bring up the 9-hitter, Bracken Lindley. A single, a walk, 2 hit by pitches to start things off here for the Skyhawks. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Strike 2. 0-2 quickly here to Lindley from Cole Engman. Next game here between Viewmont and Maple Mountain, a rematch of Monday's game. Maple Mountain winning 10-0 on Monday over the Vikings. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Strikeout number 1 for Cole Engman. That'll bring us back to the top of the order. Talon Cloward stepping up to the plate. Hit by pitch in the first, single in the second, walk in the third. Takes ball 1 low and outside. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded for Cloward. Swinging at the 1-0. Even count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out for the Skyhawks. Cole Engman in his first inning of action. Coming in with a bases loaded jam. Trying to work out of it and hold the lead for the Tigers. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Swung at sharply to second base, throw back to first, double play here. 4-3 double play on the line out. That will do it. Cole Engman working out a bases loaded jam in the bottom of the 4th inning. Salem Hills 5, Orem 9. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning after a word from our sponsors. And we are back here at Larry H. Miller Field for the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Elimination game number 1 on the day between the 19 seed Salem Hills Skyhawks and the 6 seed Orem Tigers. Salem Hills trailing 9-5 here. Orem with a 4 spot in the 3rd, 3 spot in the 4th to give them the lead. Nick Schaefer on the mound here for the Skyhawks. Leading things off, number 4, Chase Ford, starting at pitcher today for the Tigers. Line foul down the 3rd base line. Oh, 1 count in the top of the 5th inning. Caden Kawa on deck. Couple of RBIs, couple of singles for number 11. Strike 1 on the outside corner of the plate. Make it 0-2 quickly. Here to Ford. Swung on into center field. Going back and playable for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Orem 9, Salem Hills 5. Winner go home scenario for both teams. Taden Kawa, RBI single in the 1st, sacrifice fly RBI in the 3rd, and an infield single in the 4th. Will get his 4th plate appearance here in the top of the 5th inning. Strike 1 in there from Nick Schaefer. Nobody on, 1 out. Inside, 1-1, even count to Kawa. Peyton Higginson relieved here by Schaefer. Outside, 2-1. Inside, make it 3-1 here to Kawa. Hit by pitch here, would have been ball 4 anyways. Kawa takes first with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. That'll bring up Zach Ingman, brother Cole Ingman on the mound for the Tigers last inning. Assuming he will take the mound in the bottom of the 5th as well. Kawa at first, 1 out for number 8. Takes ball 1 high. Throw back to first base, checking on Kawa. Not in time. Kawa covers. Or reset. Swung on. High into foul territory. Unplayable. Check on the first baseman. Trey Richards. Looks like he is all right. Count evens up 1-1. Here for Ingman. Sacrifice fly RBI in the first. Single in the third, driving an RBI on an error and a bunt successfully right in front of home plate for number 8. Fourth plate appearance of the day. Called strike 2 on the heater. One-two pitch high. Count evens up 2-2 here to Ingman. On deck, Jackson Johnson. Fly out in the first for Johnson. But 2 RBI singles, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Help extended the Orem lead as they have the 9-5 advantage here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Man on first base to Zach Ingman. Swung on, single into center field. Cowell will hold at second. 1 out, single here for Zach Ingman. Second hit of the day for number 8, the senior. That'll bring us, mentioned before, Jackson Johnson. Back-to-back RBI singles in the third and the fourth. Runner on second, runner on first. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning for Johnson. Opportunity to add to the Orem lead. Swung on. Foul territory left side into the netting 0-1. Hit by pitch to load the bases up here by Jackson Johnson. Reaching base once again for the 3rd time today. Runners move over. Kawa on third. Ingman on second. And Johnson on first to bring up Parker Van Buren. Fly out in the second, walk in the third, sacrifice fly RBI in the fourth for number 12. Playing first base today for the Tigers. Swung on, foul territory. 0-1 here to Van Buren. One pitch, swung on, shallow right field. Taken care of here for out number 2. Hold the runners at the bases. Bases still loaded. Second out of the inning. Here for Nick Schaefer. That'll bring up Jack Allen. Ground out in the second. Fly out in the third, fielder's choice. In the fourth, grounded into a fielder's choice, I should say. Bases still loaded. 2 outs, top of the 5th. Orem leading 9-5 here over Salem Hills. High and tight for ball 1. Fouled off, even count 1-1 from Jack Allen. One here from Schaefer. Check swing, 2-1 inside for ball 2. Ball 3, high, here to Jack Allen. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ball outside. That's going to bring home another runner here for Orem. Make it 10-5 in the top of the 5th inning. Walk there from Jack Allen. Bring us to the 9 spot. Easton Petita. RBI single in his last at-bat in the 4th inning. Hit by pitch in the 2nd. Infield single in the 3rd, and an RBI single in the 4th. Reach base all 3 plate appearances for the Tigers. Get his 4th chance at it. Ball outside, 1-0. Bases still loaded for the Tigers. High and tight once again. 2 balls, no strikes. Swung on, foul back, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Winner go home between 19 seed and the 6 seed. Outside once again, make it 3-1 running here for Easton Petita. Back to the top of the order after this with Merrick Bostock on deck. Swung on into foul ground. Count runs full, 3-2 here to Petita. Here's the payoff, fouled back into the netting once again. Runners go. They'll have to go back. Bases still loaded. 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. Full count here to Petita. Payoff pitch coming from Schaefer to Petita. Runners go. Ball hit into right field. That ball is going to drop on the 1-hop. 2 runners are going to score. 2 RBI single here for Easton Petita, his 3rd RBI of the game. Runners at the corners. Orem adding on to their lead here, 12-5. Here at Brigham Young University. Dom Jex taking the mound here for the Skyhawks. 2 outs, runners at the corners here. Merrick Bostock at the plate. Takes strike 1. Orem leading 12-5 here in the elimination game. Winner will take on Brighton, having to win 2 games versus the Bengals in order to advance. Strike 2 called. Swing and a miss to end the inning here. But not before Orem adds 3 more runs to their lead. Orem Tigers 12, Salem Hills 5 will head to the bottom of the 5th inning here in the Utah 5A State Baseball Tournament. We'll be right back.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. QR code. Or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
And we're back here at Larry H. Miller Field at Brigham Young University. Orem leads 12-5. A word from our sponsor. Today's game is brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. But great rewards are just the beginning. Convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualification requirements, no minimum opening balance, and no account fees. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. Cole Ingman, the junior, stays on the mound for the Tigers here in the bottom of 5. Leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Skyhawks is Caleb DeGraffenreid, A walk in the first, grounded into a fielder's choice in the second, sacrifice fly RBI in the third. He'll take ball 1. Nine hits on the day for the Tigers, 4 hits for the Skyhawks. Swing and a miss, even count 1-1. Ball 2 outside. One pitch. Called strike 2 on the top rail. 1-2 quickly here to DeGraffenreid. Swung on sharply to second base for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Four, 3 ground out for out number 1. That'll bring up Braxton Harrison. Couple of singles and a walk. Reach base all 3 plate appearances. I'll get his 4th plate appearance here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Called strike 1 on the outside rail. Cole Ingman here, working quickly. Swung out, fouled back. 0-2 quickly here on Harrison. O2 coming from Ingman. Just a little bit high, 1-2. Perfect day here at Brigham Young University for some baseball in Game 1 of 4 set to take place at Larry H. Miller Field today. 1-2 pitch coming from Ingman. Outside, even count 2-2. One out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Orem leads 12-5 over Salem Hills. Winner go-home matchup as this one's lined sharply into right field. It's going to be a base hit here for Braxton Harrison, his 3rd single of the day. Reach base all 4 plate appearances
Now playing 43, Gus Johnson.
for the senior. This will bring up number 23, Gus Johnson, with a runner on first, 1 out in the bottom of 5. Johnson, hit by pitch in the first to drive in a run, hit by pitch in the second, strikeout in the 3rd. We'll get a pinch runner here. Number 13, Tage Bills, the junior. Been a consistent pinch runner these last couple days here at BYU for the Skyhawks. Cole Ingman on the mound, trying to hold this lead. Swung on. Third base side. Caught by the shortstop in the infield. Out number 2 here in the 5th inning. That's going to bring up number 1, Dom Jex. RBI single in the first, pop out in the second, single in the 4th for the man at third base today. The senior had a hit yesterday versus Olympus. 280 average, 764 OPS. Take ball 1 low. Called strike 1, even count 1-1 here to Jex. Cole Ingman, been exceptional in his outing, limiting the damage for the junior, as Orem has jumped out to a 12-5 lead here in the 5th. Takes ball 2 low, 2-0. 2-1, excuse me, I should say. Ball 3 high. Takes ball 4, 5 pitch walk here from Dom Jex. Advances the pinch runner. Number 13, Tage Bills will take second base. Dom Jex will take first. That is going to bring up number 24, Trey Mitchell, in the 6th spot. Starting pitcher today for the Skyhawks. Ingman on the mound here. The right-hander going up against the right-hander. Trey Mitchell, righty on righty matchup with a man on first and second. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. This one hit sharply into center field. That's going to drive home a run here On the RBI single, runner holds at second. Trey Mitchell with the RBI single to cut into the Orem lead, 12-6. Runners still on first and second. Bringing up Trig Richards. Trig Richards. A walk in the third, hit by pitch in the fourth, strikeout in the first. Reached base twice today as he takes ball one outside. Called strike one, even count 1-1 with 2 outs, man on first and second for Trig Richards. One, swung on and missed. Make it 1-2 quickly here to Trig Richards. Cole Ingman on the mound for the Tigers. Been exceptional. Through an inning and 2/3. Looking to close things out here in the 5th inning. Ball outside, 2-2 here to Richards. And we are back here at Larry H. Miller Field. Braxton Harrison on the mound for the 19 seed Salem Hills Skyhawks. Cy Burge steps up to the plate here in the top of the 6th inning to lead things off for Orem, leading 12-6. Burge fly out in the first. Reach on error in the third as he smokes this one into left center. Good for a base hit. Sharp turnaround first, but will hold. Leadoff single to start things off for Cy Burge, first hit of the day. Leadoff man on for number 4, Chase Ford. Chase Ford, 3 walks in the first, the third, and the fourth. Fly out in the 5th, his 4th plate appearance of the day with a man on first, nobody out. Runner goes. That one's hit sharply into left field. Playable. Runner will head back to first base. That'll be out number 1 here in the inning for Braxton Harrison on the mound. That's going to bring up Tayden Kawa. RBI single in the first. Sac fly RBI in the third. Infield single in the fourth and a hit by pitch in the 5th. Reach base all 4 plate appearances. We'll get a crack at his 5th here with a man on first and 1 out in the top of the 6th. Orem leading 12-6 over Salem Hills. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Beautiful day for 4 baseball games played at Larry H. Miller Field at Brigham Young University. Swung on, sharply to shortstop. Play at second made. Play at first made. That's going to be an inning-ending double play here in the top of the 6th inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th with Orem on top, 12-6 over Salem Hills. Welcome back to Brigham Young University. 19 seed Salem Hills Skyhawks 6. 6 seed Orem Tigers 12. In the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off things here for the Skyhawks is Mason Ward. A couple of walks and a hit by pitch. Reach base all 3 plate appearances. A face off here. Take ball 1 against Cole Ingman. Swung on sharply down the third baseline for strike 1. 1-1 pitch. Called ball 2 outside. Nobody on. No outs. Leadoff man, Mason Ward for the Skyhawks. Trying to rally here. Down 6. Count evens up 2-2 on the foul ball. Off the netting. Fouled off once again. Count will stay 2-2. This ball hit well down the left field line. Will stay fair. Rolling into the corner off the wall. Sliding feet first into second base is Mason Ward to lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Leadoff double. First hit of the day for Ward. Reached base all 4 plate appearances. That'll bring up Bracken Lindley. Lindley, fly out in the 1st, walk in the 3rd, strike out in the 4th. Runner in scoring position for the right fielder. Wearing number 12, the junior. Trying to start a rally here after the Mason Ward leadoff double. Swung on. Over the head of the shortstop. Mason Ward going to take third base. No out single here for Bracken Lindley. First hit of the day. Bring us back to the top of the lineup. Talon Cloward. Cloward, hit by pitch in the 1st, single in the 2nd, walk in the 3rd. Line out, double play in the 4th. Will get his 5th plate appearance. Pitch high and outside. 1-0. Nobody out. Runners at the corners for the Skyhawks. Down 12-6. Orem leads here in this win or go home scenario. 19 seed versus 6 seed in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Ball too high. Two-0 pitch. Called strike 1. Ball outside. 3-1 count running. No outs. Runners at the corners. Bottom of the 6th. Swung on, hit high into center field. Playable. Play will be made, but the runner will come home. Make it 12-7. Orem leads on the sacrifice RBI from Talon Cloward. That'll bring up Caleb DeGraffenreid with a runner on first, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. DeGraffenreid. A walk, grounded into a fielder's choice, sac fly, RBI, and a ground out. Orem leading 12-7. Called strike one from Cole Ingman. Swung on sharply to shortstop. Play will not be made. No throw to first base. Runners advance here for Caleb DeGraff and Freed on the infield single. Bringing up Braxton Harrison, number 4. Been pitching on the mound for the Skyhawks.
Running for the Skyhawks, number 14, Jack Butler. At the plate, number 4, Braxton Harrison.
One out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners on first and second. Skyhawks trying to start a rally, down 5. Swung on sharply to third base. That ball's going to get through into left field. That's going to bring home the runner. Sliding feet first is number 12, Bracken Lindley. RBI single here for Braxton Harrison. Cut this lead down to just 4 for the Tigers. Make it 12-8. Runners remain on first and second. We'll get a pinch runner here. Number 13, Tage Bills, once again, will pinch run. This will bring up the lefty, Gus Johnson. Hit by pitch RBI in the first, hit by pitch in the second. Strikeout in the third, pop out in the 5th. Action here in the Tigers bullpen. Ingman will stay on the mound here in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out. Swung out, fouled back left side, 0-1. Here to Johnson. Rematch from Monday. Orem winning 11-9. Second game in 3 days played between the two teams. Johnson taking ball 1. Johnson in the cleanup spot. 1-1 pitch here from Ingman. High and outside, 2-1. Gus Johnson hit in the back by the Ingman pitch. That's going to load up the bases here. Bottom of the 6th, tying run at the plate in Dom Jex. 1 out. 1 out rally here for the Skyhawks. Trailing 12-8 here to Orem. Trying to mount a comeback here. Dom Jex takes strike 1 with the bases loaded. Outside. Good job right there by Jack Allen to stop it from getting to the backstop. 1-1 even count. One pitch here from Ingman. Swung on. Sharply to second base. Play at first. Play at first. Play at second. Play at first. Inning-ending double play here. 4-6-3 to end things here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Orem working out of a bases-loaded jam with 1 out. We'll head to the top of the 7th. Tigers on top, 12-8. here in this winner go-home matchup between the Salem Hills Skyhawks and the Orem Tigers. You're watching KSLSports.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to Larry H. Miller Field. Top of the 7th inning here. Zach Ingman leading things off. Orem up 12-8 on the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Rematch of Monday's 11-9 Orem win. Braxton Harrison remaining on the mound here, number 4 for the Skyhawks. Final inning of action here, unless it goes to extras. Salem Hills down 4, trying to work out of this inning, get to the bottom of the 7th, and tie or win it on the walk-off. Orem, 2 runs in the 1st, 4 runs in the 3rd, 3 runs in the 4th, 3 runs in the 5th, none in the 6th. As Ingman takes ball 1. One out. Man on first base, top of the 7th. Throw back to first, not in time. Parker Van Buren at the plate, number 12. Fly out in the 2nd, walk in the 3rd, sac fly, RBI in the 4th, and a pop out in the 5th. 5th plate appearance of the day with a man on first and 1 out. Takes ball 1 low. One 1-0 pitch here from Harrison. Swung on sharply into center field. Jackson Johnson digging for 3rd, sliding in. It's going to be a 1-out double here for Parker Van Buren. Excellent base running there by the Tigers to take 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Jack Allen stepping into the batter's box, the righty. Righty on righty matchup here with Braxton Harrison. Allen ground out in the 2nd, fly out in the 3rd, grounded into a fielder's choice in the 4th, took a walk that drove in a run in the 5th. Opportunity here in the top of the 7th to add to the Orem lead as they lead 12-8. Bunt attempt right at 3rd base, play at 1st in time. That's going to be out number 2 here, but not before the runner gets home. Orem leads 13-8. Jack Allen is in some pain again, trying to get down the line to first base. We'll take a quick break. and return shortly here on KSLSports.com. And we are back here at Larry H. Miller Field. Orem Tigers leading the Salem Hills Skyhawks 13-8 here in this winter go-home matchup. Runners on third here for Easton Petita. Petita been exceptional today in the 9 spot. Hit by pitch in the second, infield single in the third, RBI single in the fourth, RBI single in the fifth. This one softly to second base. Sliding feet first is Petita. He's going to take second base as well. Sliding feet first, head first into first, feet first into second. Another RBI single here for Petita. 4th RBI driven in here today for Petita. Reach base all 5 at-bats, or plate appearances, I should say. Just an excellent performance here from the senior. Runner at second. 2 outs here. Top of the lineup, Merrick Bostock. Swing and a miss from Bostock. 0-1 count. Orem leading 14-8 here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Braxton Harrison on the mound. Count even up at 1-1. One pitch here from Braxton Harrison in the top of the 7th. 2 out, man on second. That one grazed Bostock. He'll take first base. And that is going to bring up Cy Burge. Burge, fly out in the first. Reach on an error in the third. Strikeout in the third. Strikeout in the fourth. A single in the 6th. Man on first and second trying to add to the lead here. Up 14-8. Called strike. High. Swung on, fouled back. 0-2 quickly here on Burge. Chase Ford in the on-deck circle. 3 walks on the day for Ford. Swung on and missed. That'll do it here in the top of the 7th inning. Orem leading 14-8, tacking on 2 runs in the top of 7. We'll take you to the bottom of the 7 as Salem Hills has 3 outs to work with here to stay alive in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Welcome back here to Larry H. Miller Field. Bottom of the 7th inning. Orem leading 14-8 over Salem Hills. Cole Ingman remains on the mound. Trey Mitchell sharply to third base. Play made at first. 5-3 ground out to start things out for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Trig Richards up at the plate. Grounded foul. First base side. Oh, 1 count with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody on. Swung on. High fly ball into left center field. Playable for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Orem leading 14-8 over Salem Hills. Final out for the Skyhawks to work with here in this elimination game. If the score holds, Orem will have a rematch with Brighton later on today. If they win against Brighton, they'll take them on again tomorrow. Brighton will have to win 1 game against Orem. Orem will have to win 2 because of the game yesterday, the 8-1 win from Brighton. Ball inside. 2-0 count. Here to Mason Ward. Ward led off the inning in the 6th with a double. Trying to start a 2-out rally here late in the bottom of the 7th. Works a 3-0 count. Swung on in the infield. And that is going to do it here. Orem will advance to play Brighton later on today at 4:30. Orem Tigers 14, Salem Hills Skyhawks 8. As Orem will advance. Thank you all so much for joining us here on KSLSports.com for Game 1 of 4 on Day 3 of bracket play for the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Tune back in here in just a little bit as Maple Mountain will take on Viewmont in a winner-go-home matchup. Thanks again for tuning in. We will see you all next time.